Because this festival, this is a good idea. This doesn't seem like a bad, this doesn't seem evil, you know? Tommy, are we the bad guys?
So not too long ago, Wilbur and Tommy were exiled from L'Manberg from orders of Jay Schlatt. Things were exciting, the tension was building, everybody was rooting for the underdogs to come back and take back L'Manberg. And then, Wilbur decides to completely turn on everything that he has stood for and make a corruption character arc because he was bored, I guess. So things were going pretty good, you know? Wilbur and Tommy were out in the wilderness, building up resources with Tekno, and they had Tubbo as their inside man, they had Dream giving them resources, they had a bunch of whole people that were getting ready to be on their side, and then Jay Schlatt decides to make a decree. Tommy and Wilbur decide to spy on Jay Schlatt as he's giving the announcement on the podium, and he says that he's going to be throwing a party to celebrate democracy. Tommy attempts to do Operation JFK, but Wilbur stops him. On the way back, Tommy is puzzled, as we all might be, and then Wilbur gives his famous speech.
Tommy, are we the bad guys? Because, I mean, we just kind of made ourselves the leaders, and then we had a vote, and he won in a coalition government, which was completely legal, and now we're trying to overthrow him. It feels like we're the bad guys, Tommy.
And you know, he actually has some good points. They didn't really change anything like Jay Schlatt did, and Jay Schlatt isn't really doing anything bad at all. He's just kind of a jerk, and people seem to be happy. They actually might be in the wrong for trying to take back a nation that they lost fairly and squarely. So yeah, Wilbur, I see where you're coming from. Perhaps violence isn't the answer, and you should try to make your way back peacefully so that you can—
Let's be the bad guys.
Okay, not exactly what I had in mind.
Let's blow that motherfucker to smithereens.
What the frick, Wilbur? Where did this come from? What? So Wilbur decides that he's gonna be going against literally everything that he has fought for and put on this weird anarchist persona that doesn't fit him at all. He even puts in the Joker laughs as well that make me, dare I say it, cringe. Tommy is obviously against the idea and feels that he has been betrayed, rightfully so. And for once, Tommy is the rational one in this situation, completely flipping the character dynamic throughout. Tommy tells Tubbo about Wilbur's plan, and he finds out that Wilbur gave Tommy fake discs and he's been hiding the real ones from him all along. The two look out on a peaceful land. They momentarily contemplate running away and never coming back, but Tommy quickly rejects this idea because he loves L'Manberg too much. He has laid down too much to see it fall. So Wilbur gets Dream and Tekno on his side and rigs the entire nation with TNT, and they wait until the festival begins. Technoblade is invited for unknown reasons, so he is in his battle armor and ready to slaughter all of the orphans. For the beginning of the festival, things actually seem pretty fun and happy. People are having a good time, things are going well, and it's not like Jay Schlatt did anything wrong. It was actually pretty nice. And for a second, Wilbur was actually having second thoughts. He started to think that maybe he shouldn't kill all of his friends for no reason. That seems like a good idea, Wilbur. Then Tubbo got up on stage and starts to make his speech. Wilbur had planned earlier to blow up everything when Tubbo gave his speech, and this was one of the most tense moments ever on this server. Knowing that there was loads of TNT right below everyone's feet and not knowing when or if it was going to blow up absolutely made my heart pound. But before anything could happen, Schlatt encases Tubbo in concrete and declares to everyone that Tubbo is an inside man for Pogtopia. Like, honestly, who couldn't guess that Schlatt knew? The man is too freaking smart. He then calls up Technoblade and tells him to kill Tubbo. Technoblade, under crumpling peer pressure, kills Tubbo and also, literally everyone. So after that miserable fail of a festival, Wilbur, Tommy, Tubbo, Technoblade, and Nihichu meet back at the Pogtopia base, and Tommy is reasonably upset that Technoblade killed his best friend, and so he decides to duel Technoblade in a pit, but his attempts are futile because he tried to kill Technoblade in hand-to-hand combat. After a brief minute, Tommy finally forgives Tekno, but still isn't happy about Wilbur's new attitude, and Tekno makes this grand speech.
Tommy, the thing is, you're using words. But the thing about this world, Tommy, is that the only universal language is violence, and we've had that conversation. We've spoken that language in the pit. It's over, Tommy. On to a new day. A new plot to destroy Manberg.
Now those are some strong beliefs. You may agree or disagree with them, but Tekno is very steadfast in his morals. Now let's talk about someone who is not. So when Wilbur made the first speech, it kind of made sense, you know? You can see his point of view, and you can reasonably believe that Wilbur would have come to this conclusion, because his character analyzes things very well and is very smart, but then he just decides to live in a society. Like, what? Wilbur? What? It's not even that it's a bad character arc. It's just executed so poorly. Wilbur is the absolute worst person to play a corrupt man. Have you seen this man? He plays guitar. Technoblade, Dream, J-Schlatt, these are some guys who make believable villains. Wilbur does not. In my opinion, at least. And why does this character shift have to occur right then? Even if he really wanted to do this arc, I could understand him doing it like once he got exiled. I could understand that the shock would turn him into a villain, but instead he decides to wait, like, what, 2 weeks? And I'm not saying that his viewpoint as a bad guy is flawed. It's not. His plan makes very logical sense if you think about it, but it's just not something that his character would do. When he began the L'Manberg nation, he wanted to make a nation that would be free from tyranny and safe for his friends and his son. He vowed not to wear armor, that he would fight his battles with words instead of swords, because he knew that if he fought back at Dream with force, he would be doing the exact same thing that he was fighting against. And they won. But now he is wanting to blow up L'Manberg, just like Dream did all those years ago. He has realized that Schlatt will win if they take L'Manberg or if they lose. They will lose no matter what the outcome is. The only reason that he is taking this violent route is because of one thing: his anger. If things were like he said and it's all just a vicious cycle that has no point, then what's the point of blowing everything up? Because that is also pointless. It's just another dip in the ups and downs of the server. The only thing that is making him do this, other than the fact that he needs content, is of his rage, his sheer will for vengeance. He has such a burning hate for something that he cannot have. His revenge has turned him into a monster. Hiring an anarchist to lay waste to his once beloved country and killing everyone, he has become the very thing that he swore to destroy. Tyranny.
Tommy,
Hello.
I'm very, very weird vibes from Wilbur. Is he okay?
No, he's not. He's gone insane. He was about to blow up Manberg. He's
his
building
country.
he's
He
building
fought
a
for it.
combat pit for us.
What happened? What? I don't understand.
He's became the villain, Nikki.
Oh no.
Wake from your sleep. The trial